In the days of Lumak did Marduk and the Igigi with earthlings intermarry. In those days on earth, the hardships were increasing. In those days on Mars, with dryness and dust, the planet enveloped. So they talking about the Mars we know, okay? Now, Mars at one time had an atmosphere, had water. The Anunnaki was there. Remember, there was a cataclysm that happened, the ice comet. Nibiru knocked loose this ice comet from in the asteroid belt orbit, and it caused this comet to wreak havoc on Mars, the moon, a little bit on Earth, but eventually landing on Venus and becoming the ice from the comet ended up being melted by the sun and made Venus become this gaseous planet, okay? This is what caused Venus to be a very gassy planet, is the melted ice, okay? It was a lot of ice, guys. I'm talking about like a planet's worth of ice, all right? So, in those days on Mars, with dryness and dust, was the planet enveloped. So now they're speaking about the Mars is in a condition that we know it to be today, okay? Which is basically, it's not habitable, okay? It's just not habitable at this point. The Anunnaki who decree the fates, Enlil and Enki and Ninmah with each other consulted. What conditions on Earth and on Mars were altering? They wondered. On the sun flarings, they observed. In the net forces of Earth and Mars, there were disruptions. They talking about solar flares, guys. Y'all hear that? Now, just recently, we had a warning go out about being blasted with solar flares, that we was going to have some electrical issues. Some of our technology wasn't going to work well. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember they was talking about solar flares bombarding the Earth. And now, if you know like me, them solar flares was good for us. That was an upgrade. That was energy. That was pure energy. That was pure celestial energy, okay? So don't let these people fool you. If you like me, I was out there getting blasted by them solar rays, baby. Come on with it. All right, so that's what they're explaining right here. They says, on the sun flarings, they observed. In the net forces of Earth and Mars, there was disruptions. In the Abzu, at the tip, the white land facing, instruments for observing they installed. Okay, so let's break that down. In the Abzu, which is Africa, at the tip, that's Cape Horn, okay? That's the tip of Africa called Cape Horn. White land facing, they say facing the white land. So if you know anything about the geography of Africa, if you go to the tip of Cape Horn, and if you had a powerful telescope over the Pacific Ocean, you will be able to see clear, over the Atlantic Ocean, you will be able to see clear to Antarctica, okay? Because we are surrounded by an ice wall. That's the truth. We are surrounded by an ice wall, okay? So in the Abzu, at the tip, the white land facing, instruments for observing they installed. So they telling you, we installed telescopes, observatory instruments. We installed this stuff so we can keep our eye on what's going on in Antarctica, okay? And the reason for this, guys, is because all of these celestial cataclysms, this is what's going to cause the ice caps to melt. Going to cause some of these large glaciers to melt, okay? And this is what caused the Great Flood, okay? In the charge of Nergal, the son of Enki, in the charge of Nergal, the son of Enki, and his spouse Erishkigal, the instruments were put. Okay, so Nergal and Erishkigal was put in charge of the observatory. Okay, to the land beyond the seas, Ninurta was assigned. In the mountain land, a bond heaven earth to establish. the land beyond the seas, okay? Ninurta was assigned in the mountain land, a bond heaven earth to establish. Guys. When you leave Africa and you go beyond the seas, go to the Americas. They say the mountain land. America is known for its mountain ranges. You understand? They call it the mountain land, the land beyond the seas. Okay? And the Ninurta was all over the Americas, baby. You better believe it. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Don't worry about it. But put that one in your pocket. Put that one in your pocket. To the land beyond the seas, the Ninurta was assigned. In the mountain land, a bond heaven earth to establish. On Mars, the Igigi were restless. To pacify them, Marduk was given the task. Okay? So on Mars, the Igigi was restless. That means that they really looking for trouble. Okay? Got to remember, the Igigi is the workforce of the Anunnaki. That was the guys that used to work for the gold mining operation. But now they got the humans. They don't need the Anunnaki as much. Okay? So the Igigi is on Mars, really just looking to stir up some trouble. Okay? So Marduk was given the task to pacify them, to basically appease them and calm them down. Okay? Until what are the hardships causing? The way station on Mars must be kept. So Marduk to the leader said, the three who faced the decree with each other consulted. They looked at each other. How old the others are, each one of them others thought. Enki, who the death of Adapa was grieving, was the first one to speak. More than 100 shars since my arrival have passed. To his brother and sister he said, I was then a dashing leader. Now I am bearded and tired. Old I am. Okay, so you got to remember, Earth is causing them to age very fast. Okay, on the Biru, Enki would have still been looking young and tight. He would still been, you know what I mean? But on Earth, he's an old bearded man now. You understand? And so they looking at each other because time has passed. He say it's been 100 shars. 100 shars, I think that's 360,000 years, right? 100 shars, ain't that right? That's 360,000 years, right? So we talk about, right now we at, what is that, 360 from 450? Yeah, 3,600. Yeah, it's 360,000 years. So, shit, it's crazy. Crazy when you think of it, but it's true. An enthusiastic hero I was, for command and adventure ready, Enlil then said. So this is just them having a good conversation between the brothers and the sisters. Now I have children who have children, all on earth born. Old on earth we have become, but those on earth born are even older sooner. So did Enlil to his brother and sister ruefully say. As for me, an old sheep they call me. So did Ninmah wistfully say. Ninmah say they calling her an old sheep. Ninmah used to be tight. Ninmah used to be walking around here looking sexy. Ninmah say she an old sheep now. While the others have been coming and going, turns on earth to serve, taking. So they just talking about how others been able to come and go from earth to Nibiru. They've been on earth the whole time. They ain't been back in Nibiru in 360,000 years. We, the leaders, have stayed and stayed. Perchance it is time to leave. So did Enlil say. Them folk want to go home. Of that did I often wonder, to them Enki was saying. Each time one of us three to revisit Nibiru wished, word from Nibiru was always coming to prevent it. Of that I did too wonder, Enlil was saying. Is it a thing on Nibiru, a thing on earth? So they say every time they wanted to go back, the word would come from Nibiru that they needed to stay. Okay? Now guys, they done healed that breach in their sky. That's already done. Okay? So why you think Anu made them stay? Anu was addicted to that gold at this point, man. Anu say, get the money, man. I know I told y'all can come home, but flip another block for me. One more block. You know what I'm saying? Anu say, yeah, yo, okay. Now watch this. Now I told y'all, watch this shit. Check this out. Yeah, for sure, right? Check this out. So now you can see that the Anunnaki has a huge affinity for gold. Okay? You can break gold down to a powder form that's called monatomic gold. This monatomic gold can be eaten, okay? It is believed that in the Bible, when they talked about the manna, they talked about God dropping down the manna, which you know now was the Anunnaki, okay? It was the Anunnaki dropping down this monatomic gold. The manna was monatomic gold. All right? Then they talk about how it glistened. I think, well, let me see what they said. I gotta find it. Exactly what they said about the mana. Let me see if I can find it. So they said in the thing, they said it was a type of bread, right? So you remember on the Nibiru, they had what? They had the bread of life, remember? And if you eat this bread, it'll sustain you. Now, this manna, somehow, some way, sustained these people for 40 years in the desert, okay? So they let you know, whatever it was, shit, it had some special qualities to it. But the monatomic gold, broken down to its finest form, could be used as a medicinal source, as a nutritional source. Some of these celebrities, wealthy celebrities, are using it now. They're using like liquid gold and things of this nature. I want to say Jay-Z rapped about it on 444. He say Beyonce in the kitchen fixing the children liquid gold. So gold has an immense amount of properties, guys. This is what makes gold so valuable, right? So it was really valuable to the Anunnaki because they knew what to do with it, right? So the breach is already healed, all right? Why do you think they keep come and getting this gold? And think about this. They taking all the gold. They stripping this motherfucker of gold. You understand? So all of that gold, they send it back to Nibiru. What you think they doing with it? You think they building buildings with it? Guess what else they doing? Paving the roads with it. How about roads paved with gold? That sounds familiar to you? Did that sound familiar to you? Don't they say it's a place somewhere where the roads are paved with gold? Ain't that what they told y'all? Welcome to Nibiru. Welcome to Nibiru. Welcome to Nibiru. Yeah. Yeah. That's your heaven. That's your heaven. Oh, yeah. More proof coming. The finesse is in. Yeah. Yeah. They finessed you. They finessed you. Nibiru is your heaven if you want it. Yeah. So the roads are paved with gold in Nibiru. Okay. Yeah. You gonna see. You gonna see. Wait till we get to Kim, to Commission civilization, and you see how Amun Ra gonna fool them people into thinking that they can have life after death. All right, and gonna have them people bringing him all that gold, thinking that they was gonna be able to achieve the afterlife. That was all a finesse, all a finesse. Okay. The only way what he would do is he would fly people to the Nibiru and tell them that that's the afterlife. You know what I'm saying? He was flying people to the Nibiru, telling them it's the afterlife. So come on with it, man. We're gonna get to it though. So anyway, Enki and Leo and them discussing that, hey man, every time we try to leave this motherfucker, they tell us we gotta stay. They say, man, we gotta stay, right? So they say, man, what you think? Why do you think we keep having to stay? He says, perchance the life cycles that differ is the concern. So Ninmah was saying, to watch and see what transpired, the three leaders decided. At that time, fate or was it destiny, in its hands the matters took. For it came to pass that soon thereafter Marduk came to his father, Enki. A matter of gravity with his father, Enki, he wished to discuss. A matter of gravity with his father. Not gravity like he's saying gravity like a situation. Upon the earth, the three sons of Enlil, spouses, have chosen. Ninurta has married Baal. Nanar has chosen Ningal. Yeah, of great importance. Thank you, Khaleesa. Ishkur has married Shala. Okay? So this is Marduk talking to Enki. He said, hey, Dad, all my cousins already got married. I'm the only one that ain't got married. I want to get married. Okay? By Nergal, your son married Erishkigal, a granddaughter of Enlil. As a spouse, she was taken. By threats to kill her, her consent from her was extracted. To await my espousal, being your firstborn, Nergal did not wait. The other four in my deference, my espousal, are waiting. Okay, so he bitching. So he basically saying that his younger brother Nergal was supposed to wait for him to get married first. So he basically saying, Nergal didn't even wait. He was supposed to let me get married first on some firstborn shit, right? So he basically just complaining right now. The other four in deference, my espousal, are waiting. So a bride I wish to choose, to have a spouse is my desire. So did Marduk say to his father? Your words make me happy, Enki said to Marduk. Your mother shall rejoice too. To hold his words to Enki, Marduk with a raised hand to his father motion. Is she one of the young ones who heal and succor? Enki went on to ask. So Enki asked him, the girl that he want to marry, is it one of the Anunnaki nurses? No, she is a descendant of Adapa. Of Earth she is, not of Nibiru. Now Enki been out here smashing them earthlings, okay? But his son finna be the first one to marry a earthling. That boy finna wife one. Give it up for the melanated goddesses, man. Y'all did something to the Anunnaki boys. What y'all put on the Anunnaki boys, man? Got them Anunnaki boys not even want to go back home. Got Enki down here laying in earth meat. Got Marduk trying to wife them. What y'all put on them boys? They came down here and got a taste of that earth meat and was never the same. They ain't want to hit nothing else on the Nibiru after that. Oh, I'm good, my nigga. I ain't going back. You know what I'm saying? With a puzzled look, Enki was speechless. Then, uncontrolled words, he shouted, a prince of Nibiru, a firstborn to succession entitled, an earthling will espouse? Enki was freaked out. Not an earthling, but your own offspring, Dad. That's what Marduk said to him. Marduk said, it's your own offspring. A daughter of Enki, who to heaven was taken. She is Sarpengit, her name, okay? So this is Enoch's daughter. Y'all remember Enki was Enoch? Enki means Enki understands MEs, okay? Understands the computer programs. So his daughter, if y'all want to write that down, Enoch's daughter is named Sarpengit, okay? Sarpanit. Sarpengit. Sarpengit. Down ass wife. She gonna be a good wife. She gonna save that nigga Marduk life. So, okay. So he already got his wife. Enki mad, but he gonna calm down. Enki, his spouse Enki, summoned. To her, what with Marduk transpired, he related. All right, so you gotta deal with his mama now. You finna get married to this girl, you gotta go talk to your mama, boy. So your mama can see who this girl is. You know, mama don't play. To Enki, Who is Damkina? Y'all know her. Enki is her celestial name. Damkina is her birth name. Enki, his mother Marduk, his heart's desire repeated and said, when Enki was journeying, and of heaven and earth I was teaching him. So when he took Enoch up to Mars and to Moon, Enoch had his daughter with him. Okay? What my father once had said, I with my own eyes witness. Step by step on this primitive planet, a being, one like us to be, we have created. In our image, in our likeness, civilized earthling is. Except for the long life, he is we. Y'all heard that? He broke that down real clear. Let's run that back. Step by step on this planet, a primitive being, one like us to be, we have created. In our image and in our likeness, civilized earthling is. Except for the long life, he is we. So let me tell y'all something right now. This is going to fuck everybody up. So when an Anunnaki makes their appearance, it's coming, y'all. Y'all know first contact is coming, right? It's coming. It's coming. That shit gonna turn this world upside down. Even though I know all this shit, I'm still gonna be fucked up. I'm still gonna be shocked out of my mind. A lot of people saying 27. You right, Heaven Year. A lot of people saying 27, Heaven Year. They saying 27 gonna be that year. Y'all, 27 or 29. I think it's 27 or 2029, one of them. Yeah, so, we here, baby. We in the thick of things. Ain't no more, this shit gonna happen down the line. No, we finna see something is about to change the whole dichotomy of our earth. See, y'all been living in the same, we've been living in the same mode for quite some time, okay? It's time for us to go to the next level. So they want to bring us into the cosmic collective. So it's going to be time for them to make an appearance and, for these things to transpire. So it's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be wild, but they coming, okay? They definitely coming. And when they pop out, yeah, we done already started, cat. We here, baby. We done already, listen. If you know like I know, things is about to be beautiful, okay? I can feel it, man. You can feel it in your soul and your energy, okay? Yeah, the new earth is here, baby. We already in the split. Let me tell you what the split is. All them folks you see around here upset, unhappy, talking about, oh man, he finna send us back to slavery. They in the old earth. They in the old earth. We in the new earth, baby. We in the new earth over here. So yeah, if you on new earth time, much love. But so it's coming. First contact coming, and there's gonna be some people that like us, gang. Yeah, it's the black God. They done already said this shit. White folks done already admitted that. One dude said this shit. White folks done already admitted that. One guy who actually witnessed landing, an extraterrestrial landing, said that these were black men. This is exactly what he said. I don't know if y'all ever seen that video. They was talking about an Anunnaki, a cigar UFO, a cigar-shaped UFO. And yeah, man, come on, man. He said he said these were black men. Okay, so yeah, they know what time it is. And listen, I love when the white folks hear that, because they be in the comments like, that's not true, that's misinformation. When them folks say they popped up off their UFO and it were black folks, them motherfuckers like, oh, it's misinformation. Y'all been around here lying to y'allself. Y'all been around here telling y'allself that y'all are the people that's in the cosmos. No, it's us, baby. It's us. And them folks gonna come. They gonna show up. Okay? So yeah, let's move along. And the maiden does your, so you remember Marduk is talking to his mom, okay? So Marduk is expressing to his mom that this is the woman that he wants. Enki pondered her son's words. She asked him, does the maiden appreciate your gaze? Indeed she does, Marduk said to his mother. This is not the matter to consider, Enki with a raised voice said. Enki back there trying to be dad. This is not the matter to consider. If your son shall do this to Nibiru with his spouse, he could never go. His princely rights on Nibiru he will forever forsake. To this, Marduk with a bitter laughter responded, ha ha ha, my rights on Nibiru are non-existent, Dad. He played his dad right there, huh? Because basically Marduk is saying, Dad, they already fucked over you. Dad, you're not going to be the king of Nibiru. They already done fucked you over. They gave it to Enlil. So my princely rights are non-existent. Remember what I told y'all about the princes? Ain't nothing you can do, but when you're a prince, you'll never be king unless somebody die and leave the throne to you. Okay, but Enlil's son is gonna be king. He could never. So basically that's what he's telling him. He like, Dad, the lineage, the kingship is already with Enlil and his sons. So miss me with that. I'm gonna marry this girl. Y'all know what this reminds me of? Drum roll. Coming to America. I renounce my throne of Zamunda. Y'all remember that? My boy Eddie renounced that, Akeem renounced that throne of Zamunda for Lisa. Huh? Is this what this reminds me of, right? So he's basically renouncing his throne of Nibiru. He's renouncing his throne of, not so much Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet was about two families that was feuding. And one son from one family married the daughter from the other family. So not so much that. More like coming to America. He renouncing his throne to marry her. Okay? They're not from two feuding families. Shit, Marduk is related to her. This is Marduk's, this is from his seed. This is lineage. But yeah, though, it reminds me of coming to America for sure. Even on earth, my rights as firstborn have been trampled. This indeed is my decision. From prince, a king on earth, to become the master of this planet. My boy say, I got plans. Marduk say, I got plans. Marduk say, okay, nigga, y'all won't give me Nibiru? Right? Y'all won't give me Nibiru. I'm going to be the king on earth. I'm going to be the king of earth. That nigga ain't talking about being the king of a country. He ain't talking about being the king of a village. That boy said he going to be the king of the earth. Now, what if I told y'all that, I think in the let me see when this was. Let me look this up right quick so I can get this right. I want to tell you about the president that got to meet the king of the earth, but I can't remember if it was Eisenhower or it wasn't Woodrow Wilson. Hold on, let me see. Might have been President Truman. Might have been Harry Truman. I think it was Harry Truman. I couldn't remember. But I'm gonna find that information. Listen, he was taken to meet the king of the earth. I swear to God. I swear to God. I'm gonna find that story. But they talked about how, you know, he was taken to meet the king of the earth. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna post it for y'all and I'm gonna tap y'all in. So that's what made me kind of threw me off when Marduk said he wanted to be the king of earth. Because I remember President Truman, they say that he went to meet with the king of earth. Okay. So I'm gonna find that information. It's in my old school YouTube information. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna share it with y'all. They summoned Methuselah, the bride's brother. Of Marduk's wish, they told him. Humbled, but with joy overwhelmed, Methuselah was. Let it so be, he said. When of the decision Enlil was told, with fury he was seized. Enlil was pissed off. What the fuck? And it's one thing for your nasty ass daddy to be fucking these earthlings. It's a whole nother thing for you to be talking about marrying one. That's what Enlil said. It's in Enlil's words. He cursed them out. Enlil is seized with fury. Enlil say, it is one thing for the father with earthlings to have intercourse. It is another matter for the earthling to espouse lordship on her to bestow. When Ninmah of the matter was told, greatly disappointed she was. Okay. Now Ninmah disappointed. They look down on the earthlings a little bit. You know what I mean? So the way they look at it is if you royal. Okay, let me show y'all how they look at it. They look at it like Prince Harry marrying Meghan Markle. You dig what I'm saying? Y'all, I'm for real, like facts. They look at it, if y'all know about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, you know that the royal family didn't want him to marry that black girl. You understand? So they ain't want him to marry that black girl, okay? So this is kind of the same kind of mode that they in, okay? Marduk, any maiden of ours you could espouse, even from our own daughters by Enki he could choose. So Ninmah said, man, all these Anunnaki women here, and you gonna go with the earth women, because the earth women's sexy. Let's just keep it a buck. You Nibiru women ain't got nothing on our earth women. Marduk knew what time it was. Marduk said he wants something with a Coke bottle shape. Come on with it. So everybody just trying to talk him into marrying an Anunnaki woman, okay? Half sisters, as is the royal custom. That's what they just told him. They say, man, you're supposed to marry a half sister. That's the royal custom, okay? Got to keep it in the family. Got to keep it in the family. Half sisters, as is the royal custom. He could espouse a half sister. So did Ninmah say. With fury, Enlil to Anu on Nibiru, the matter of the word. Hold on. I can't stand Enlil. Enlil always ratting to his daddy. God damn. With fury, Enlil to Anu on Nibiru of the matter, words beamed up. Okay? So that's first thing Enlil do. He gonna reach for the phone. Dad, let me tell you what they down here doing. They make me sick. That nigga always ratting, always running to daddy. He supposed to be tough. Too far has this behavior gone. It cannot be allowed to Anu the king, Enlil said. On Nibiru, Anu summoned the counselors. The matter with urgency to discuss. So this shit really throwing everybody in, in the uproar. In the rule books of such a matter, no rule they found. Look, they talking about it wasn't no rule in the rule book because nigga, y'all had never went to another planet and did this. That's why. I knew the savants also summoned the matter's consequences to discuss. On Nibiru, Adapa, the maiden's progenitor, could not stay till I knew that they were saying. Therefore, to return to Nibiru with her, Marduk forever must be barred. Okay? So the savants came back and they say, I knew, we looked in the rule book, the earthling can't come to Nibiru. So If Marduk gonna marry her, then he's gonna be barred from the Nibiru. He ain't gonna be able to come back. Indeed, having to be accustomed to Earth's cycles, even without her, Marduk's return may be impossible. So were the savants to Anu saying. So they were just saying that because of Earth's the cycles on Earth, he wouldn't be able to live on the Nibiru, but that wouldn't have been an issue. So were the savants to Anu saying. With that, the counselors agreed. Let the decision to Earth be beamed. Anu was saying, Marduk can marry, but on the Nibiru, a prince he shall be no more. Okay? I renounce my throne to Zamunda. Okay? The decision by Enki and Marduk was accepted. Enlil, to the word from the Nibiru, bowed. Let there be a wedding celebration. In Eridu, let it be, Enki said to them. In the Eden, Marduk and his bride cannot stay. Enlil, the commander, announced. That is a bitch-ass nigga, boy. Told y'all. Enlil say they can't stay in the Eden. That's a dirt-ass nigga, man. That's supposed to be like a vacation. I mean, that's supposed to be like a honeymoon spot, right? Wouldn't it be beautiful to take your honeymoon in the Garden of Eden? That nigga Enlil dirty, man. But him and Marduk gonna be beefing. So don't worry. Him and Marduk gonna be beefing. Big time. Trust me. In the Eden, Marduk and his bride cannot stay. Enlil, the commander, announced. Let us to Marduk and his bride a wedding gift make. Let's make a wedding gift for Marduk and his bride. A domain of their own, away from the Eden, in another land, so did Enki to Enlil say. Of Marduk being sent away, Enlil, with consent to himself, was thinking. To what land? Of what domain are you speaking? Enlil to his brother Enki said. A domain above the lower Abzu, in the land that the upper sea reaches. Okay, so he says a domain above the lower Abzu. That's the upper Abzu, which is like North Africa, aka Kim, Kemet, Nubia, or what you call Egypt. Okay, I don't like that name Egypt. That name came from the Greeks. That was never the name of that place. That's a name that the Greeks gave it, and your education came from the Greeks. This is why y'all call it Egypt today. Y'all call it Egypt today because all of your education was based off of what the Greeks presented. And where did the Greeks get their information from? Kim. That's why I be telling y'all, you know, when I be saying that everybody got it wrong, this is what I mean. When I say everybody got it wrong, that don't mean I'm the smartest man in the world. What it means is you are part of a program. All these people that live in our society are programmed. If you call yourself educated, you've been educated on the program. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all understand what I'm saying. It's a lot of people around this motherfucker thinking they highly intelligent because they've mastered the knowledge of the program. Okay? So when you come outside of the program, which is outside of the matrix, when you take the red pill and you're able to see that the program is incorrect or inauthentic, that's when you find me and I take you to the truth and I show you the real truth. So we cannot be basing our knowledge based off of what the Greeks taught, because the Greeks got all of their knowledge from Kemet. Okay? So, but that is the land that that is going to be his, okay? So what we call Egypt is going to be the land that they're going to give Marduk, okay? One that by waters from the Eden is separated, that by ships can be reached. So did Enki to Enlil say. Let it so be, Enlil said. In Eridu, a wedding celebration, Enki for Marduk and Sarpanian arranged. Her people, by the sound of a copper drum, the ceremony announced. Now, you know white folks don't play no drums. You know who that is playing that copper drum. Bing, 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 bing. You know that's our people now. With 7 tambourines, her sisters, the bride to her spouse, presented. A great multitude of civilized earthlings and Eridu assembled. Like a coronation to them, the wedding was. Young Anunnaki also attended. Igigi from Mars came in great numbers. Oh, it's a party, man. It is a party, baby. I ain't get my invite. I wish I would have been at the Marduk wedding. I would have been tearing their reception up. What's up? Well, it's a party, baby. To celebrate our leader's wedding of Nibiru. To celebrate our leader's wedding of Nibiru and Earth, a union to witness we came. That's what the Igigi said. Okay? So the Igigi, I'm going to go and tell y'all the truth. Them niggas lying. So they lying. They basically, you know, they got love for Marduk. They love Marduk, but they got something else up their sleeve. So the Igigi like, nah, man, we came to celebrate our leader's wedding, bro. That's our bro. He getting married. We love that dude. We going out here to support him. To celebrate our leader's wedding of Nibiru and Earth, a union to witness we came. Sharif Dean, appreciate the love. So did the Igigi, their arrival in large numbers explain. Now this is the account of how the Igigi and the daughters of Earthlings were abducted. Yeah. And how afflictions followed, and Sazudra oddly was born. Sazudra is Noah. Okay, so I told y'all we approaching. We finna handle this sons of God coming down into the daughters of man, and then we're gonna be moseying on over to the Noah story. I think the Noah story, we might get into that when we come back from break. Okay, we might not reach that today. In great numbers did the Igigi from Mars to Earth come. Only 1/3 of them on Mars stayed. To Earth came 200. To be with their leader, Marduk, his wedding celebration to attend was their explanation. Unbeknownst to Enki and Enlil was their secret. To abduct and have conjugation was their plot. See what I mean? They coming down here to kidnap and SA some earth women. Okay? That is the sons of God coming down into the daughters of man, and they're going to create the Nephilim. Yeah, let's get it. Unbeknownst to the leaders of on Earth, a multitude of the Igigi on Mars got together. What to Marduk permitted is from us. Okay, so this is what the Igigi is saying. This is how you know they full of shit. What to Marduk is permitted from us too should not be deprived to each other, they said. So basically they're like, if Marduk is allowed to get married, we should be able to get married too. We should have the opportunity as well. Enough of suffering and loneliness. We want some hoes too. Enough of suffering and loneliness. Of not offspring ever having was their slogan. Okay? So these, what did I tell y'all? What did I tell y'all they was? Disgruntled employees. Does this sound like a fallen angel? Fuck no. This is a disgruntled employee. This is one of the employees saying we should be able to have what he has. He our supervisor, but we should have the same stuff too. You know, fucking fallen angels, man. What the fuck would our angel be doing? First of all, angels don't even have sexual organs. Or archons. Archons don't even have sexual organs. So, where y'all get that from? You see how dumb the Bible made everybody? You see how dumb the Bible made everybody, dog? Angels are smooth down there. Smooth. Okay? Archons. They smooth down. They don't procreate. They part of they part of Yahweh's system. They ain't here to procreate. That's what we do. They here to work. They serve. Motherfucker talking about, man, Lord have mercy. Dumbed them down. I'm talking about angels coming down here having sex with women. Man, y'all so retarded. No. Men, just like us, but from another planet, came and had sex with these women. During their comings and goings between Mars and Earth, the daughters of the Earthlings, the Adapite females as they called them, they saw and after them they lusted. And to each other the plotters said, come, let us choose wives from among the Adopite females and beget children. One among them, Shamgaz, his name, was their leader. Okay? Shamgaz. You want to write that name down. Shamgaz is the Igigi leader. And he must have been a big dog because they respect Shamgaz. So Shamgaz says, even if none of you agrees, I alone shall do the deed. To the others he said, if a penalty for sin shall be imposed, I alone for all of you shall bear it. Okay, so Shamgaz being a real leader. He said, hey, if y'all don't want to ride with me, nigga, I'm going to ride by myself. And if we get in trouble, I'm going to take the blame. I ain't going to even let y'all get in trouble. I'm going to take the blame. Because I hold my people down. All right? One by one, it is Shamgaz. 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 Yeah, that's my G Mitch. That's exactly why I do this, man. Because I know the way this information has been presented to us. Didn't nobody break this shit down? Didn't nobody explain it? Didn't nobody use context? They just accepted it. Or it's biblical. It comes from God. Don't question it. If you question God, you're going to hell. That even when I realized that when I was a kid. I was like, what y'all mean don't question God? You mean to tell me God don't want us to ask questions? You mean to tell me God don't want us to know? That's what y'all trying to tell me? No, not my God. Because when I start realizing, I'm like, well, if God didn't want us to know, why would God make it possible for us to make certain discoveries or certain inventions and have this knowledge to be able to do all of this forward-moving progression? That don't add up. The God that gave me the brain in my head intended for me to use it. Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. We ain't using enough of the motherfucker. We ain't using enough of it. We wasted, man. That man, God didn't put this complex machine up in our head. And we ain't even using but 3 to 5% of the motherfucker. Can you imagine what's going on if we can get another 10% out of this bitch? And that's what the UMF is about. Getting us to the point where we can decalcify our pineal gland so we can raise our vibration, so we can become them spiritual machine that we is, brother. That's what this is about, I'm telling you, all right? One by one, others in the plot joined together. By an oath together, they swore to do it. Them boys say, we got an oath. Hey, if one go down, we all go down. We're a gang. Okay, so the Igigi on gang business. They on gang time. By the time of Marduk's wedding, 200 of them, the landing place descended. Upon the great platform in the Cedar Mountains, they came down. Y'all remember Baalbek, okay? Baalbek is the landing platform. Remember I showed y'all them big old stones? Okay. From there to Eridu, they journeyed. Among the tolling earthlings, they passed. Together with the earthling throng in Eridu, they arrived. After the wedding ceremony of Marduk and Sarpenion had taken place, by a prearranged signal, Shamgaz gave a sign to the others. Let's do it. Run it. An earthling maiden, each one of the Igigi seized. By force, they abducted them. So they're snatching women up. To the landing place in the Cedar Mountains, the Igigi with the females went. Into a stronghold, the place they made. To leaders, a challenge they issued. Enough of deprivation and not having offspring. The Adopite daughters we wish to marry. Your blessing to this you must give, or else by fire all on earth we will destroy. Ooh. Motherfucking Igigi on time. Boy, they on gang time. Man, Igigi say, you better let us have these women or we gonna burn this bitch down. Them niggas done got bold. You let us have these women or we gonna burn this bitch down. Alarmed were the leaders. Of Marduk, the Igigi commander, charged to take. They demanded. They like, man, Marduk, what's up, man? These your people. What the fuck going on? If in the matter a solution I must seek with the Igigi, my heart is in agreement. So did Marduk to the others say. So Marduk say, hey, man, I agree with them. They should be able to have wives. These my guys. They should be able to have women too. What I have done from them cannot be deprived. Enki and Ninmah shook their heads. With begrudging agreement, they voiced. One evil deed by another has followed. From fornication from Enki and Marduk the Igigi have adopted. Our pride and sacred mission to the winds have been abandoned. By our own hands, this planet with earthly multitudes shall be overrun. With much disgust was Enlil speaking. Enlil say this shit is a shit show. That's basically what he said. It's a shit show. Earth has become a shit show, okay? Let the Igigi and their females from Earth depart. Let the Igigi and the females from Earth depart. On Mars, conditions unbearable have become. Surviving is not possible. A lot of y'all be wanting to know where Chinese people come from. I know there's some people around here be talking about they come from the Khoisan people. That is not correct. You way off. Fuck no. Fuck no. The Chinese people come from the Igigi. The Igigi is responsible for creating what we know as the Chinese people today. When they come back to Earth, that's the lands that they're gonna settle in. Okay, so the Asian that look right there, that's a very common look amongst the Anunnaki. That's a very this people who look like this. Swear to God, that's an ancient lineage that the Asian people come from. A very ancient lineage. I think it's Pleiadian or some shit like that. But the Igigi is responsible for what we know as the Asian race. I swear on everything I love. I'm going to give y'all some more information on that. So did Marduk to Enki and Enlil say, in the Eden they cannot remain. Enlil with anger shouted. With much disgust, the gathering he left. I'm going to show y'all something real quick. Hold on. I'm going to show y'all something real quick. I'm finna show y'all a real Anunnaki woman. Tell me, do she look Asian? All right, gang. Now, some of y'all might know what you're looking at. Some of y'all might know what you're looking at. Y'all see this sister right here? If you are familiar with this, you know what this video is. You know what this video is. Yeah. This is called the Mona Lisa Eben. All right, let me give you some backstory. On the moon. Like I told you, these people went to the moon. They just can't let y'all know the truth. They can't tell you, they can't show y'all the real moon footage. Because if you see the real moon footage, you're going to see structures and buildings on the moon. They went to the moon. When they went to the moon, they found, how long was this thing? I think this thing was like 3 miles long, 4 miles long or some shit. They found a 4 mile long ship, 4 miles long. I can't remember. It might have been longer than that. I think they was trying to say that motherfucker was the size of 2.5 miles. Okay, 2.5 miles. Thank you, Jay Swing. Appreciate it, my brother. So 2.5 miles, which is ridiculous. Now imagine seeing a ship 2.5 miles. That's fucking crazy. So they found this ship, and on this ship, listen, guys, this is not no cap. My boy Jay Swing tell you, I'm sure Leandrio can tell you. It's a whole video that exists. If you want to see the video, I got it on my page. But if you don't want to scroll on my page, you can go and Google. I mean, I would use TikTok. Use the TikTok search engine and just search Mona Lisa Eben. Mona Lisa Eben. E-B-E-N. Okay? Yeah, message me. You can message me, family. Mona Lisa Eben. All right? So they found her on a ship. You see her with her third eye, right? I mean, go see the video. Yeah, Mona Lisa, like the Mona Lisa. M-O-N-A. M-O-N-A. They call her the Mona Lisa because, you know, they trying to say artistic, how she look or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But go look at this video, man. This video is amazing. And make sure y'all understand something. This video comes from before the AI age. This is way before. This is from the old school YouTube days. Wasn't no AI, wasn't no Photoshop. Wasn't no AI and wasn't no Photoshop. And guys, let me just be real. Ain't nobody going through all this trouble to fake no fucking video and they ain't making no money off of it. Like I used to hate that back in the day when we used to see these videos, these good footage, somebody always talking about, oh, that's a hoax, that's all. Why would somebody go through all the trouble to make these fucking videos and then not be able to get no fame off of it? Nobody never came forward and say, hey, I did that hoax, it was a good one, right? Because Hollywood would hire these people. That's what I want y'all to understand. When y'all see this fucking video, if this would have been a fake, they would have owned Hollywood. They would have been the greatest makeup artist, greatest setup ever. Nah, this shit is real. Please see the video. This is a real Anunnaki woman. That's what they found. It's a real Anunnaki woman. All right. Now, she's an Earth woman. She's probably an Earth woman. She's probably a descendant of one of these Igigi Earth women, like one of these Earth women in Igigi, when they got together, something like this, okay? But this is the phenotype, okay? And so a lot of people, when a lot of people said it, and man, I'm telling you, man, go see the video if you can. It's an amazing video, okay? That's the first thing a lot of people said is, hey, she look Polynesian. She look Asian, okay? But she got our hair. She's got 9 ether hair, so she's got dreads. She's got dreads, but she's got that Asian Polynesian phenotype. And you know Polynesians, the original Polynesians is melanated people. You know what I mean? So anyway, she's got a real third eye. She's got a real third eye. I swear to God, guys, do not cheat yourself if you've never seen this video. Go and see this video. They found a ship on the moon. Inside the ship was this woman. This is an Anunnaki woman, okay? And as you can see, does she not look Asian? Am I tripping or does this not look like an Asian woman? Don't this look like a dead Asian woman? Give me a 1 in the chat if you agree. All right, there we go. So like I say, I put my money on it. I put my money. If we got to be talking about who coming from who, I put my money on the Igigi being the ones that seeded. And I'm going to tell you something else. You know how I know? You know how I know the Igigi seeded the Chinese civilization, the one we know? You know how I know? The Chinese worship the dragon. Do they not? Come on with it, man. Do they not worship the dragon? Huh? Come on with it, man. And who is the dragon, baby? And who is the dragon? The motherfucking Igigi. Those are reptilian. The Igigi are full-on reptilian. The Igigi are full-on reptilians. Yeah. 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 So like I say, it's a lot of things. It's still a lot of things to connect the dots on, but I'm just trying to plant a few seeds. So if y'all wanted to know, the Asian people more than likely were seeded by the Igigi. Now that don't mean, that ain't got nothing to do with us. When we settled in China, we definitely was some of the first civilizations, but I'm talking about who was responsible for seeding the pale-skinned, chinky-eyed people, the Igigi, okay? With much disgust, the gathering he left. So Enlil was pissed off. Enlil say, fuck all of y'all. Fuck you, Enki. Fuck your son. All of this shit is y'all fault. Y'all down here having sex with these earth women. Earth has now become a shit show. I'm leaving. In his heart, things against Marduk and his earthlings, Enlil was plotting. Did you hear that? In his heart, things against Marduk. Man, my nigga Enlil wanted to knock Marduk off. Enlil wanted to knock that man off. Enlil say, I'm plotting against him and his earthlings. I told you they going to war. Marduk and Enlil will go to war. They're going to go to war, big time. Upon the landing platform in the Cedar Mountains were the Igigi and their females secluded. Children there to them were born. Children of the rocket ships, they were called. Children of the rocket ships, she was found on a rocket ship. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Marduk and Sapanian, his spouse, also had children. Here we go. Here we go, baby. Okay. Marduk and Sapanian also had children. Asar and Satu were their first two sons called. I'm going to get you some notes. If you're taking notes, write that down. Marduk and Sapanian had children. Their first two sons were called Asar and Satu. Now you want to hear the English version of their names? Yeah, baby, let's do it. Come on, Heaven, you. Asar and Satu is who you know as Osiris and Seth. Put a 1 in the chat if you're familiar with the story of Osiris and his brother Seth. If you're familiar with that story, this is their real name. The real name is Asar and Satu. Okay? So let's think about what you know about Osiris, right? Osiris was presented to us as a green-skinned being. A green-skinned being. Okay. Come on, man. Get an Anunnaki some respect, man. Get an Anunnaki some respect. The shit is true. It's true. We know Osiris to be a green-skinned being, which means he was more than likely half reptilian. Okay? Asar and Satu. Okay? So, Set is what they called him. Sat. So Satu is spelled S-A-T-U. Okay? So if you know the story of Asar and Satu, you know that Seth eventually betrays his brother and have him killed, right? So we're going to get to that. That's coming up down the line. But it's important that you know that Osiris and Seth was the sons of Marduk. Marduk is Amun-Ra, okay? So now, watch this. Now it makes sense that Osiris was the prince of Egypt. Now that makes sense to you because his father was the king, right? His father was the king. He became the prince, okay? Prince Osiris, okay? So now you understand that this was Amun-Ra's son, all right? To the domain above the Abzu, to him and Sarpanian granted, Marduk the Igigi invited, to dwell in 2 cities that for his sons he built. Some of the Igigi and their offspring to the domain in the dark-hued land came. On the landing platform in the Cedar Mountains, Shamgaz and the others did remain. To far eastlands, oh, there we go. To far eastlands, land of high mountains, some of the offspring went. There we go. What's east? What's to the east, baby? Come on now. Hold on. To the far eastlands. They say far eastlands. Hold on. Let's look at a map. What's to the east of Eridu? What's to the east? What's to the east? Let me see. Hold on. Let's pull up. Go ahead on with that TikTok. Go ahead on. So if we here and we travel east, only thing that's east, no, not the Americas, my friend. We're going east, not west. The Americas is to the west. To the east is China. America to the west, China to the east, okay? So to the far eastlands, lands of high mountains, some of their offspring went. To the far eastlands, lands of high mountains. It's the Himalayas, the Himalayan mountains over here in Asia. See what I'm saying? How Marduk of his earthlings, check this out. Here we go. It's finna get real. It's finna get real fun right now. All right. Here we go. How Marduk of his earthlings' strength increases, Ninurta carefully observed. Okay. So basically, yeah, Tibet and China. And you know, and I want y'all to know something. I want to show y'all something about Tibet, about Nepal. Okay. Let me show y'all some indigenous Nepalese people. These are indigenous Nepalese people. If you ever want to see the indigenous people, I always go back to the photos in the 19th century, okay? This is an indigenous Nepalese woman, as you can see, a melanated sister, because the melanated people are found all over the world. No, the Great Wall is from our time, my brother. It's modern. That's a modern thing. That's from the last 1,000 years, from the last, what, 2,000 years or so? So the Great Wall is a modern invention. Right now we're 100,000 years back. We ain't even close to the Great Wall. We ain't nowhere near that. So this is an indigenous Nepalese. Look at the afro on my brother. Okay, Asiatic people. Look at my brothers. These Nepalese people. These are people from the southern. These are people from the southern slopes of the Himalayas. Okay, so I just want to drop that seed because this is information that's going to come up again. All right. So listen to this is very important. What's finna happen? Let me read this again. All right, I need everybody to listen. How Marduk of earthlings, his strength increases, Ninurta carefully observed. So this is what's going on right now. Marduk got a whole bunch of earthlings. Basically, Marduk becoming the people's champ. He married to an earthling, so that make the other earthlings have more respect for him and more love for him. So he's basically got an army of earthlings that's starting to build around him, okay? So Ninurta, who is his cousin, son of Enlil, is paying attention to that, okay? How Marduk of earthlings, his strength increases, Ninurta carefully observed. What are Enki and Marduk scheming to his father Enlil, Ninurta said. So we got Enlil and we got his son Ninurta over here having this conversation. And Ninurta like, hey, Marduk getting stronger, man. He getting stronger. The more earthlings he add, the stronger he getting. Okay? And so then Ninurta says to Enlil, I wonder what Enki and Marduk is up to. See, this is the beginning of the rift between them. So you got Ninurta and Enlil over here on some, I wonder what Marduk and Enki trying to do, right? The earth by earthlings inherited will be, Enlil to Ninurta said. What are Enki and Marduk scheming to his father Enlil, Ninurta said. The earth by earthlings inherited will be, Enlil to Ninurta said. Here we go. Y'all want to find out where Cain was at? Y'all ready to find out where brother Cain was at? Here we go. Go, the offspring of Cain find. With them a domain of your own prepare. Okay, here we go. So he told him to go, he said, go find the offspring of Cain. Go find the offspring of Cain and build your own domain with them. So Enlil is telling Ninurta, dude, you need your own earthlings too. You need you an army of earthlings. So you go find Cain's descendants and you start a city with them. Okay? So let's go see what Cain's descendants was located. Check this out. To the other side of earth, Neberta went. The offspring of Cain he found. Hey guys, what's the other side of earth? If you in Africa, where were they located at? Okay, yeah. If you in Africa and you say, I'm going to the other side of earth, usually that entails the Americas. Okay? That's the other side of earth. Or the Pacific Islands. Okay? That's the farthest you can get out. The Pacific Islands. Okay? Which basically is connected to the Americas. All right? All right, so check this out. To the other side of earth, Neberta went. The offspring of Cain he found. How tools to make and music to play, he taught them. Who better at making music than us? Who better at making music than us? Okay. How tools to make, how music to make, he taught them. How in mining to engage, and smelt and refine, he showed them. Listen, here come the kicker. Here come the proof. How to build rafts of balsam trees, he showed them. That's our clue. Balsam trees. So if we want to know, well, listen, how to build rafts, so you know if they building a raft, you know they over here near some water. Okay, so we out here in the Pacific Ocean. We're going to get there. Listen, this is how we know we're in the Pacific Ocean, because he says, how to build rafts of balsam trees, he showed them. To cross a great sea, he guided them. A great sea, the Pacific Ocean. Okay? Listen. Balsam trees, though. So this is what we got to do, gang. This is what we got to do. We got to find out, where can we find balsam trees? Huh? Where can we find balsam trees? Let's see. Let's see. I got old Chief Cuttah. Where was Cain's descendants located? Where was my boy? Where was the, come on with it. Abies balsama, or balsam fir, is a what? What kind of fur is that? Hold on. Didn't I tell y'all we come with the receipts up in here, man? Didn't I tell y'all we do real research up in here? Didn't I tell y'all we dotting the I's like nobody else, baby? We dotting the I's and crossing the T's like nobody else. Abies balsama, or balsam fir, is a North American fur. Go get the black Indians. It's time to bring them in. They need this information. Go get the black Indians. This is what y'all need to know. Y'all been trying to figure out what we mean when we say black people been in America before anybody. Let's get it. Abies Basama or Basam is a North American fur native to most eastern and central Canada, Newfoundland west to central Alberta, in the northeastern United States, Minnesota east to Maine, south in the Appalachian Mountains. That Basam fur is indigenous to America. Now, guess what? We're going to go a step. We're going to take a little step further. If you know anything about Pacific Islanders, they build rafts. They build boats out of Basam furs. I did my research. Okay? They build boats out of Basam furs. Guess where they used to get them from? California. The Pacific Island. That was a time that first of all, you need to know something. The Pacific Ocean was not as great as it is today. The Great Flood made it even deeper. It made it an even bigger landmass. I mean, bigger sea than it is today. Okay, so at one time, what we call the Pacific Islands was full on landmasses, like Lemuria. Okay, how many of y'all are familiar with Lemuria? Put a 1 in the chat if you know about Mu. Mu is real. Mu is a part of this story too. Mu, the story of Mu happened before though, way before the Anunnaki came. Okay, so Mu is underwater. All right, Mu sank below the seas. Okay, y'all want to see some proof of Mu? Let me show you some proof of Mu right quick. Okay, let me show you some proof of. In my rap, baby. All right. This is a reptilian structure. It is huge. This motherfucker big, way bigger than the pyramids. Way bigger than the pyramids of Giza. And as you can see, this is from a video. So if you want to go check out this structure, all you got to do is Google Yonaguni, Japan, megalithic ancient city found off the coast of Yonaguni, Japan. You know that Japan is seated in the Pacific Ocean. Okay? So we talk about Lemuria. Lemuria extended from Japan all the way over to India. Okay? I mean Indonesia. From Japan to Indonesia. Okay? Some people used to call it Kamari Condom. Okay, so this is an underwater, this is what they found underwater. Okay, as you see, look at these steps. Right? Look at these steps. Who the fuck walking up them steps? Look how small this dude is in comparison to these steps. Fucking the step is taller than him. So who walking up these steps? Gotta be somebody hella tall. Gotta be, shout out to everybody for hitting that goal, baby. We hit that goal. Shout out to the family. Okay, so this is an underwater structure, remnants of Mu. This is a remnant of Lemuria, okay? Yeah, right on, Heaven, yeah, right on. So, let me show y'all. When I was doing a lot of research on Mu, somehow, some way, I came across a flight path video. Basically, a flight path video is a video of the airlines. The airlines show how their airplanes travel over these land masses. Okay, so it's a flight path video. So in this flight path video, the plane was leaving California going to Australia. When they flew over the Pacific Ocean, you could see down under the water. You could see the land masses under the water. And I basically discovered Mu from this fucking video. And this shit went viral. Let me show y'all right quick. Okay? First things first, this is the landmass Mu in the Pacific Ocean. Y'all see Australia right here? I just want to do this right quick. Hold on. Everybody can see Australia right here. This would be Lemuria. Remember I told y'all the flight path video is going to be leaving California, going to Australia. So I want y'all to see where Mu is located at in reference to Australia. Y'all see, we all see that, right? All right, so let me, hold up. Hold up. Dude. Also, wait, before I go find it, I want y'all to take a look at this. This is an illustration of Mu, okay? Look, here's the Americas. Y'all see the Americas right here? Mu would be right in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, okay? Just follow with me, guys. So Mu was supposed to be in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, but due to the Great Flood, it sank. It went below. It is not much of Mu was left, okay? So let me show y'all something. On the landmass of Mu, you had Easter Island, Hawaii, Tahiti. These are all, look, Samoa. Y'all see this right here? Can y'all see this? Fiji. This is Fiji. That's Samoa. That's Hawaii. That's Tahiti. That's Easter Island. This is all a part of Mu. You understand? Now today, look how big Hawaii used to be. Look how big Tahiti used to be. All of these were islands. I mean, these were land masses on Mu. Okay, so Mu is mostly submerged. Almost most of all of Mu is submerged. The only part that's left is what we call the Pacific Islands. So the shit that we call the Pacific Islands is basically the top, the piece of Mu, a piece of Mu that's jutting out the water. The rest of it is underwater. Okay, so y'all see it, right? Hawaii, Fiji, Samoa, Tahiti, Easter Island. So let me go find. Let me see if this is a good one to use. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, this from my video. I got a video of this. The video went viral. That was damn near a year and a half ago. It went viral because, like I told folks, I discovered Mu. You know what I mean? So, guys, this is a flight path video. Y'all see the little airplane right there? Y'all see the little airplane? Give me a 1 in the chat if you can see the little airplane. Give me a 1 in the chat. Let me know. Okay. So this is basically a flight path video is an illustrator of what your flight is going to be like when you fly from wherever you're flying from. So it shows the plane flying over this landmass. But what I noticed is that, you know, when you're using a satellite, when you're using satellite imagery, satellites have something called LiDAR. Are y'all familiar with LiDAR? It's like radar, but it's for underground. It's for underwater and underground. Okay, so satellites got LiDAR, okay? So you can see clear as day underwater. Look at these structures, okay? Look at this. Look at this squared structure. You know this is a landmass underwater. All right, now look what's at the top that I'm pointing to. This is the island of Fiji. Fiji, the only reason we can see this is because this is like a mountaintop. The island of Fiji is a mountaintop that's sticking out the water. Okay? I need to try it. I never did try it on Google Earth, but I might try that tonight. But I want y'all to notice this. So these islands all used to be big, huge land masses. But due to the Great Flood, they all got flooded, and all that's left is the tip top of these mountains, of these larger like these larger land masses right here. Okay, so that's all that's left is the tip of them jutting out the water. That's where we get the Pacific Islands from. Okay, so if you've ever thought to yourself, why are these little bitty pieces of land sitting out in this water like that? It's because the rest of it is underwater. This is Mu right here, guys. Look at this. This is Mu, okay? He go Tonga, Fiji, Samoa. Oh, he goes Samoa right here. He goes Samoa, Fiji, and Tonga. Now, keep this in your mind. Look at this landmass, this square landmass. This is in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. This is in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And let's go back to the illustration. Boom. Right there in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Look at it. Square. Ain't it squared just like the one I just showed you? Ain't it a squared landmass? You know them, the Anunnaki stat. Those are Anunnaki gods, the Heaven Year. Shout out to Heaven Year. The Eastern Island statues, that were Anunnaki gods. Those were the Anunnaki gods. Come on with it. So we can all see that. So this is the actual landmass that I found from the flight path video. I found this landmass, and like we say, they go Samoa, they go Tonga, everything right there for you to see. You got Fiji, Samoa, Tahiti, Easter Island, all right? So Mu. Now Mu, the story of Mu is the story of the Siakar Empire and the Atlans, okay? Who are related to the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki are the Atlans. They all part of they all are part of the royal house of On. Okay? We'll get into that. But what I want y'all to know is that the Pacific Islands, okay, which if you know anything about the Pacific Islands, those are our people. The indigenous Pacific Islanders are all melanated people. Matter of fact, let's take a look. Let me just of all, how the fuck you, if we were slaves, how you become the queen of Hawaii? Queen Liliuokalani. And I got a picture of the king too. So if you was a slave, how the fuck could you become a king and a queen of an island? Okay? So if you don't know, the king and queen of Hawaii was melanated. Okay? Which proves that melanated people were always there. We have always been there. Okay? Okay? These are Fijians. These are people from Fiji. Look at them, gang. Look at them, gang. Don't they look like our people? My boy bearded up with the froze. Don't they look like people that we can be related to? People that we can be kin to? Look more like us. We don't look like, these people look more like us than the Africans. The Africans don't look nothing like us, but these folks look just like us. It's the reason I'm telling you, I'm going full circle. So look at these folks, man. These are the indigenous Pacific Islanders. The indigenous Pacific Islanders, right? Told y'all about the people from Solomon Island, the blonde hair black people from Solomon Island. I told y'all they had a unique genetic strain, that their blonde hair did not come from white folks, that they had their own unique genetic strain of blonde on the Solomon Islands. Okay? Now, the reason why old Chief Kuttah is telling y'all this, now we just seen that balsam trees were found in North America, and that Nanerta taught Cain's people to build rafts out of balsam trees. Well, gang, Cain's people were these Pacific Islanders. These Pacific Islanders are known as Asiatics. That's what you call them, the Asiatic black man. Yeah. Yeah. Cain started his civilization somewhere near the Himalayas. Somewhere near the Himalayas. That's why I showed y'all the Nepalese people. I showed y'all the Nepalese people because they are indigenous. They are melanated indigenous people. Okay? So somewhere in the southern slopes of the Himalayas is where Cain started his people, but they traveled around because they was in the Indian Ocean. The Indian Ocean becomes the Pacific Ocean. They ended up traveling around to what we know as the Pacific Islands. It wasn't at that time, but it became that. So these Pacific Islander people are indeed the descendants of Cain, and they are the progenitors of the American Indians. So these are the people that would become these people. Now I'm finna throw something at y'all. Them people told y'all that they brought everybody over here from Africa. But what they didn't tell you is about all the people that they kidnapped from the Pacific. So while you're around here thinking that you're in slavery, that your lineage might come from Africa, your lineage might come from the Pacific Islands, which makes perfect sense because we look a lot more like those people than we do than the Africans. Okay? So if you want to know how black folks can be in America before anybody else, the descendants of Cain is the American Indian. The descendants of Cain became the Black American Indians. Okay? And they've been on this land for over 100,000 years. Now, what you think about that? For your land of Nod. Huh? Ain't that what they told you? He was in the land of Nod? Nah. My nigga was in the Americas. His people was in the Americas. This is the 7 nations. Then you hear Adapa tell Cain that from him 7 nations was gonna rise. Iroquois nation, What's the other Indian nations? Name them. Okay? And from him 7 nations would rise. Come on now. These folks been lying to y'all, man. Y'all ain't never seen this, huh? This is the Great Seal of the Chickasaw Nation. Look at all. Look at this, the real thing. This is the Chickasaw Nation seal. Look at that dude, dog. Look at his hair. Look at the dude's hair. Huh? Do that look like the Indians we see? Do they look like the Indians Hollywood show us? Or do they look like a brother with an afro? That's the Great Seal of Chickasaw Nation, gang. They tried to whitewash it, but they got their fro. Indians didn't have no afros. The people that they call Native Americans had long hair. They had that long hair, that Eskimo Inuit hair. Okay? I told you I'm from Natchez, Mississippi, home of the Chickasaw and the Choctaw. My mama people is Chickasaw. My father's people was Choctaw. My grandfather's grandfather was a Choctaw chief named Dalawatu. I got my fame on TikTok from sharing this information. I'm from Mississippi. I'm from Natchez, right near the mounds. So like I tell y'all, man, they've been hiding, they hide. Okay? Your people are the original American Indian. The people that they call Native Americans were Siberians. These were Siberian, Asian. These were people of Asian descent who traveled down into this land and they found us. We had already been here for over 100,000 years. We had already been here. But your oppressor is who wrote the story. So you would never know the truth because they cut you off from this history. They cut you off from this by slavery. If you are enslaved and you are a child of slavery, you're not going to receive an oral lineage of your history. You're going to get shipped off to the next plantation, and before you know it, you don't have a history. You don't know where you came from. Yeah, come on with it, Corliss. Okay, so the descendants of Cain were the Pacific Islanders. The Pacific Islanders became the American Indian tribes. Okay, these Pacific Islanders, they lived in South America and North America. Okay, they lived in South America and North America. You've heard that that melanated people were the first in South America. I mean, go down there and do your research. Go look at the Guatemalans. Go look at El Salvadorians. Go look at these people. These people are this color, man. These people this, but go look at the people in Guatemala. Go Google 19th century Guatemalan people. You're going to see people that look brown as your grandmama and your granddaddy. They've been hiding everything, guys. They lied to y'all about every goddamn thing. And it's a reason. Because you own it all. They cannot afford to let you wake up and tap into your inheritance. They can't afford it because they'll lose everything. So think about this. Do they have an incentive to make up a lie? Do they have an incentive to create a false history? You damn right they do. You damn right they do. In a new land, a domain they established, a city with twin towers there they built. Okay, did you just hear when they said in the new land? Okay, so listen, let me read this back to y'all right quick. How in mining to engage, in smelt and refine, he showed them. How to build rafts of balsam trees, he showed them. To cross a great sea, he guided them. Okay, so watch this shit. This map shows a migration. This is a migration map, okay? Dealing with the root races, baby. Come on now. this is a migration map from Mu, okay? So look where they went to. Where did they go to from Mu? They crossed a great sea. Is this not a great sea? Huh? Come on now. Listen to it. Let me read it to you while you look at that. How to build rafts of balsam trees, he showed them. To cross a great sea, he guided them. He gonna guide them here. In a new land, a domain they established. A city with twin towers, there they built. What if I told you that in South America, the Anunnaki had an installation with 2 twin towers, and that is where the white man get the concept of building twin towers in New York from? Because the white man is always studying ancient history, you not. They had an installation in South America with 2 twin towers. Let me show you where it was located. Into this more, okay? But this is the structure. This is a layout. This is a sky. Like they took the picture of it from the sky, okay? But this is still there, okay? This is where the 2 twin towers were located in this inside of this landmass right here, okay? So this is in South America too. This is in South America. Okay, this is over in South America. Look at this. Look at the precision of this shit, man. These is huge megalithic stones. You can't even get a razor blade in between these 2 stones. Look at this shit, bro. Come on, man. Somebody else. We can't even do this today. We can't even build these type of structures today. A domain beyond the seas it was. The mountain land of the newborn heaven earth. All right. So like I say, Cain was in the Americas. All right. His people was in the Americas. I tell you that. In the Eden, Lumak was the workmaster. That's how where the whole idea of black folks being in the Americas first, that's where it originates from. But not history don't teach that. Chief Kuttah teaches that. This is the stuff that I've been able to break down and discover. Okay? In the Eden, Lumak was the workmaster. Quotas to enforce was his duty. Remember I told y'all Lumak is a supervisor, okay? The earthlings' rations to reduce was his task. His spouse was Bantanash, the daughter of Lumak's father's brother, she was. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We ain't done. We almost finished. For today, check it out. So we back to Lumak. Remember I told y'all, keep up with Lumak. He's a very special character. Okay? Lumak was a supervisor. He was married to a woman named Bantanash. Okay? Of a beauty outstanding she was. She was a bad bitch. You know what I mean? Bantanash was bad, tough. Of a beauty outstanding she was. By her beauty, Enki was charmed. That's the last person you want to be charmed. That's the last person you want to be charmed by your wife's beauty. Okay, old loose dick link, Enki. Okay, so y'all know how Enki get down. And y'all know how Enki feel about these earth women. Enki sent word to his son Marduk. To your domain, summon Lamech. Listen up, I need y'all to listen. So Enki saw this man's wife. She looked beautiful, right? So Enki tells Marduk, summon Lamech to your domain. Tell him to come to your house. Go tell Lamech to come to your house. How by earthlings a city to build there, teach him. And when Lamech to the domain of Marduk was summoned, to the household of Ninmah and Sherubak, his spouse Bantanash was brought. From the angry earthling masses, protected and safe to be. Thereafter, Enki told his sister Ninmah and Sherub. Okay, thereafter, Enki visited his sister Ninmah and Sherubak. Okay, so let me slow it down. Enki told Marduk to summon Lamech and told him to send him to the Abzu, to the upper Abzu, to build a new city. So Lamech is on a work trip. Okay, that man on a work, and they sent that man on a work trip. His beautiful wife is at home by herself. So Enki tells him, hey man, tell your wife, take your wife to go stay with Ninmah while you gone. So these angry earthlings won't mess with your wife. So these angry earthlings won't mess with you, because that's what we trying to protect that man's wife from, the angry earthlings, right? Thereafter, Enki visited his sister Ninmah in Sherubak. So it just so happens that Bantanash is in Sherubak at Ninmah's house, and guess who pops up for a visit? Oh, Enki. On the roof of a dwelling when Bantanash was bathing, Enki by her loins took her hold, Trump style, grabbed her right by the coochie, just like Trump. He kissed her. His semen into her womb he poured. There we go. Goddamn, Enki. Enki, you just can't get enough of the earth women, man. Goddamn. And Leon already went off on him. And Leon already cursed him out by having sex with the earth women. He can't help himself, though. With a child, Bantanash was. Her belly was truly swelling. To Lamech from Sherubak, word was sent. To the Edian return, a son you have. Wait. No, you didn't. To the Edian return, a son you have. Wait. No, you didn't. To the Edian return, a son you have. Wait. No, you didn't. To the Edian return, a son you have. Wait. No, you didn't. It got too hot. They say that information was getting too hot. Okay? Give me a 1 in the chat if everybody can hear me and see me clearly. Give me a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and see me clearly. All right. Oh, good. Yeah. Look at everybody on deck. Everybody on deck. All right. So let's get back to it. Because like I told y'all, this shit will finna get good. Okay? Oh, yeah. It's getting too good. Nah, it got too hot here, baby. So check it out. So we already in this, we got to see what Cain's people was. We got to see, what Cain's people was located. Now, here we go dealing with Lamech. Okay? Now, I told y'all to write a star by Lamech's name because he's a special character in the story. And we're talking about why he was a special character in this story. Because Enki played that man. Now, if you wanna, really just keep it real, man, these goddamn Anunnaki, they slick. You know what I'm saying? Man, these Anunnaki slick. So, if you didn't catch it, Enki told his son, send your supervisor somewhere. Give him something to do. Okay? This was all a plan to get this man's wife. This was all a plan to get this man's wife. He seen the man's wife. He said, damn, she bad as a motherfucker. She don't need this. I need to be with me. She need to be with our boss. So Enki done told that man, hey, come here, Marduk, come here. Hey, send that nigga Bantanash over there to the upper absolute. Send that nigga over there. Give him something to do. Keep him busy. Tell him to go build a city. That should keep him busy for at least half a star. Right? So he told him to keep him busy, right? The hell going on? Okay, here we go. We all good now. So he tells Marduk to keep Lumak busy, right? So he can go and make a play on this man's wife. He told Lumak, yeah, man, send your wife to Ninmah house so she can be safe. So your wife can be safe from these crazy ass earthlings. I think these earthlings want to do something to your wife, dog. Send her over to the Ninmah house. She gonna be safe over there. And then all of a sudden, hello, who is it? Oh, this Enki. My nigga Enki done popped up, man. So Enki done popped up, Trump style, grabbed her right in the coochie, boom. Dropped that semen in her. She pregnant. Now, didn't I tell y'all this Anunnaki shit get really ratchet? Because now we got Lumak on his way back. Somebody to call Lumak. Hey, man, congratulations, man. Your wife pregnant, dog. Lumak ain't putting two and two together because niggas ain't thinking like how we think now, right? Lumak ain't thinking like, damn, I ain't fucked this bitch in about a year, man. I've been gone for a minute. I ain't hit that meat. I know I ain't hit that meat in the last 9 months. But Lumak ain't putting two and two together. He just, hey, man, my wife pregnant. Yes, I'm finna go home and see my wife. This man coming back. This man been working hard as hell. This man been working in the absolute hard as hell. Finna come back, see his wife. Hopefully a chance to meet his new baby, right? Boy, coming back to some disappointment. To Lumak from Sherubak, word was sent. To the Edian return, a son you have. To the Edian Sherubak, Lumak returned. To him, Bantanash, the son, showed. All right, y'all ready to meet Noah? Y'all ready to meet the real Noah? Are y'all familiar with the description of Noah in the Bible? Matter of fact, let me pull up the Bible's version of it. Are y'all familiar with the description of Noah in the Bible? Give me a 1 in the chat if you are. Give me a 2 if you're not. If you're not familiar with the description of Noah in the Bible, give me a 1 in the chat if you are. 2 if you're not. This is why context is very important. Folk thought that this was their moment. The pale skins been thinking that this was their moment the whole time. They've been, Noah was white. Noah was the white man. He was a white man. No, motherfucker, he was white. This white. Anunnaki white. Nordic Anunnaki white. Okay? So you know that melanated folks come in albino too. We can have albinism, but the reason why Noah had this albinism had more to do with his genetics from Enki. Okay, Enki was Nordic. Okay, you remember his mom was Pleiadian. The Pleiadians are Nordics. Okay, they white like this. Okay. So when we talk about Nordic, we're not talking about white folks. That we got to stop. People got to stop doing that. When folks say Nordic, the Nordic type people, they're not talking about these whites. They talking about actual people with white skin, not pale skin. Okay, it's a difference. It's a huge difference. So let's break this down right quick so y'all can understand. Yeah, let's break it down so y'all can understand exactly what took place with this, because this is some ratchet shit right here. This where the Anunnaki story gets super ratchet. This from the Bible. After a time, my son Methuselah took a wife for his son Lamech. Y'all remember when we talked about Methuselah, and we talked about Methuselah being Lamech's father, right? So he says, after a time, my son Methuselah took a wife for his son Lamech. All right. She became pregnant by him and brought forth a child, the flesh of which was white as snow. Not pale, was white as snow. And red as a rose, the hair of whose head was white, like wool. Okay? So his flesh was as white as snow and red as a rose, the hair of whose head was white like wool, all right, and long, whose eyes were beautiful, beautiful eyes. When he opened them, he illuminated all of the house like the sun. Okay, so this was no normal person. When this man opened his eyes, they was big blue sapphire eyes that light went everywhere. Okay, listen to what they say. He illuminated all the house like the sun. The whole house abounded with light. And when he was taken from the hand of the midwife, opening his mouth, he spoke to the Lord of righteousness. Okay. Then Lamech, his father, was afraid of him. Okay. Lamech said, what the fuck? Lamech was startled. Lamech, his father, was afraid of him, and flying away, came to his own father, Methuselah, and said, I have begotten a son unlike the other children. He is not human. Even in the fucking Bible, they was trying to tell us, but we so busy thinking about angels and all this shit, but they was trying to tell us then. Listen, he is not human, but resembling the offspring of the angels of heaven. The angels of heaven are the Anunnaki. We all understand that, right? Because we know heaven is the skies, the cosmos. The angels of heaven are what they call the Anunnaki. Okay? He is not human, but resembling the offspring of the angels of heaven, is of a different nature from ours, being altogether unlike, I couldn't see that line, being altogether unlike us. Okay, so this is Enoch. This was Enoch talking about this situation, okay? Because this is his son and his grandson. Methuselah is the son of Enoch, and Lamech is the grandson of Enoch, okay? So he says, after a time, my son Methuselah took a wife for his son Lamech, right? So when Lamech sees this baby who's this color, Lamech runs out the house, hauls that. What the fuck is that? Why is he that color? Now, why did that startle Lamech? Because if, like, you know, white folks say they want to be a part of this story. Well, if everybody was white then, if everybody was white, why would this have startled him? Think about this. If everybody was white back then, if everybody was white, like how they say that they the first people, right? If everybody was white, why would this baby startled him? Why would this been startling to him? It wouldn't have been. if everybody was white. This would only be startling if everybody is this color. Y'all get it now? Imagine if you ain't never seen an albino in your life and then your wife pop out with one. You ain't never seen one and then your wife pop out with one. You're going to be like, what the fuck? What is this? So that's how you know, first of all, that's how you know who was who. Okay? So, let's read on. I'm going to read from the Anunnaki. Here we go, because everyone was brown skinned. Come on with it, Carlise. So let me read from the Anunnaki version, okay? White as the snow his skin was. The color of wool was his hair. Like the skies were his eyes. So they were blue like the skies. In a brilliance were his eyes shining. Remember, they bounded the whole house, illuminated the whole house. Amazed and frightened was Lumak. To his father Methuselah he hurried. Dad, a son unlike an earthling to Bantanash was born. By this birth I'm greatly puzzled. Something ain't right. Something ain't right, man. Say something ain't right, man. Methuselah went to Bantanash. The newborn boy he saw. By his likeness amazed he was. So this is the part I love, okay? So Lamech run to his daddy. He say, Dad, this woman had a baby that don't look like me. I'm puzzled by this, Dad. I don't know what's going on. So what Methuselah do? Methuselah say, let me go over here and check on this bitch, man. I'm finna go over here and check on her right now. I'm finna go over here and see what's going on. So Methuselah went to Bantanash. Methuselah speaks to Bantanash. He says, you been fucking them in Gigi? Go on, tell me right now. You been fucking them in Gigi? You been cheating on my son, bitch? So for real though, Methuselah did go and question Bantanash though. He went to question her. He said, just like a dad would do on some real shit, right? He said, is one of the Igigi the boy's father? Keep it real. Is one of the Igigi the boy's father? Bantanash, of Bantanash, Methuselah demanded the truth. To Lumak, your spouse, whether this boy be his son, is the truth revealed. So he said, you better tell me the truth right now. Is this my son's son or not? So Bantanash says, no, none of the Igigi is the boy's father. Upon my life, I swear. So did Bantanash answer him. So Bantanash was playing slick games. Okay, maybe she knew that it would be bad if she told the truth. You know what I'm saying? But Bantanash tells Methuselah, no, none of the Igigis is the boy's father. Wink, wink. Yeah, none of the Igigi. That ain't who got up in that meat. The top dog got up in that meat. So she tried to play slick. So she tried to play slick by saying, no, it's not the Igigi. I swear on my life. If he would have asked her, then what about Enki? Then she would have had to tell the truth. But he ain't asked her if Enki was the father. He asked her was the Igigi. So technically she was telling the truth, right? That's how people try to play slick, right? So she says, none of the Igigi is the boy's father. Upon her life, she swear, right? To answer his son Lumak, Methuselah then turned. A calming arm he put on his shoulder, just like a dad would do. Come here, son, come here. A mystery the boy is, but in his oddness, an omen to you is revealed. Unique he is, for a task unique by destiny he was chosen. What that task is, I know not. In time appropriate, it shall be known. So was Methuselah to his son Lamech saying, okay? So basically Methuselah was saying, look, man, I don't know what's going on with this boy, but it's something special about him, okay? So something, he's special. So listen, just love the boy, okay? I know he might not be your son, but take care of him and love him because he's going to do something special one day, all right? This is Noah, guys. This is Azudra. We know what he going to do one day. In those days, the sufferings on earth were increasing. Okay, so now, you know, the earth is starting to go through changes. These are changes that's going to lead to the great flood. The days grew colder. The skies, their rains were holding back. Fields diminished in crops, and the sheepfolds, ewe lambs were few. Let the son to you born, unusual as he is, an omen be that respite is coming. So did Methuselah to Lamech say, let respite be his name. To Methuselah, Lamech, Bantanash, her son's secret did not reveal. Sesudra, he of long bright life days, she called him. And Sherubak he was raised. Ninmah on the child her protection and affection bestowed. Of much understanding he was endowed. With knowledge he was provided by her. So he was raised as an Anunnaki. Noah was raised as an Anunnaki. He was raised with the Anunnaki as an Anunnaki. So they taught him everything, you know what I mean? Enki greatly adored the child, because that's your son, nigga. To read the writings of Adapa, he taught him. The priestly rites, how to observe and perform, the boy as a young man learned. So they taught him the priestly rites, how to observe and how to perform the priestly rites. The priestly rites is what became our religion. Okay. In the 110th Shar, Sesudra was born. Okay, you might want to write that down. He was born in the 110th Shar. I'll write it down too, because at some point we're gonna want to figure out his age. All right, he was born. We all need to write that down if you need to take that note. Sesudra, aka Noah, was born in the 110th Shar. Okay. In Sherubak, he grew up and he espoused Imarzara, and she bore him 3 sons. Okay, so we know the 3 sons of Noah. Okay, now what you might not know is that in the Bible they tell you that his son's name was Shem, Ham, and Japheth. But as I've taught y'all in this class, there was no letter J before 1524. So the correct pronunciation of his son's name is Japheth. That's the way the Sumerian tablets call him. They call him Japheth. Now think about this. That's how you know the Sumerian tablets is accurate. The Sumerian tablets didn't know shit about, like, I don't expect the Sumerian tablets to be living up to this information about the letter J. I didn't think that should happen. So the fact that they didn't use the letter J tells me that the letter J wasn't in use. That tells me the letter J was not in use, okay? So the facts is the facts. In his days, the suffering on earth intensified. Plagues and starvations afflicted the earth. Now this is the account of earth's tribulations before the deluge, and how the mysterious Galzu, decisions of life and death in secret guided. This is where I'm going to stop. This is a good stopping point. Because the mysterious Galzu is an angel, or what we call an archon. Didn't I tell y'all that not only do the Anunnaki reference God, God about to send his people to make an appearance. When we come back, the Most High is going to send an archon to make an appearance to the Anunnaki. All right. And we're going to be dealing with the deluge. We're going to be dealing with the great flood when we get back. Okay. So y'all can kind of see how that all happened. And then you can see the true story of what happened after the great flood. Because see, you've been taught that only Noah survived the great flood. All right. Noah and his, well, you got to be his wife and his sons, right? So you've been taught that Noah, his wife, and his sons were the only survivors of the great flood. It's not true. It is not true. Guess who else survived? The descendants of Cain. This is before the Pacific Islands went under. This is before Lemuria was completely submerged. Okay? So when we get back, you're going to see that the descendants of Cain, that they survived the great flood. But when you hear how, what I told you about the Pacific Islands just being the tops of mountains that's sticking out of the ocean, you're going to get to see that. Okay? So I hope y'all had a good time today in class. It's been an amazing class. Y'all been amazing. Y'all been wonderful. I try to make it fun so the information ain't so mundane. So I like to have a laugh here and there. But we covered some good information today, guys. You know what I'm saying? Cain in America, right? Gave you the balsam trees that they built the rafts out of. Do your research on the Pacific Islanders and see that they build rafts from the trees from in the Americas. Go do your research. They used to come to the Americas. To the coast of California. They used to chop down them trees and float them motherfuckers back to to Lemuria or Muo, whatever you want to call it. And they used to build these rafts, man. They used to build these boats. Okay. So yeah, man. And we got to see the birth of Noah. Okay. And let me show y'all. So here go your Noah right here. Okay. This your Noah right here. More like this. Okay. So we come heavily melanated and we come melanin deficient as well. Right. So yeah, we moving right along, guys. We moving right along. You need to know the truth. The big stuff coming up. The big stuff. More big stuff coming up. You got to see the sons of God coming down into the daughters of man. Wasn't no angels down here bumping and grinding, gang. These were men. Okay? These were men. You saw how thirsty them boys was for that meat. Them boys were so thirsty for that meat that they threatened to go to war with the Anunnaki. Them motherfuckers say, hey, nigga, hey, man, you don't let us get a piece of this earth meat, we gonna burn this bitch down. Okay? So we got to see that. We covered some great things in here. Listen, if you get a chance, if you want to, go back and rewatch it. Okay? Go back and rewatch it on YouTube. We're going to get this posted on YouTube. I don't know how much editing I got to do to this because we had so many hiccups. But I'm going to try to do the best I can. All right? So remember, I'm going to upload it tonight. I always upload the videos around about 1 or 2 a.m. Because when I get off of here, I'm going to hang out, have me a couple shots, chill, watch some Sports Center, and then I'll come back up here and I'll get it edited and uploaded, okay? So, yeah, man, it was a great class, man. I appreciate everybody. Shout out to everybody that gifted it up. If you got any questions, feel free, okay? If you are a class member, I know we got some people in here that's not class members. Right now is the time for class members to ask questions. Class members, they pay the value, so they get to ask questions. I'm not answering no questions for nobody that's not a class member, okay? Appreciate the love, Pink. Appreciate the love. So if any of my people got a question, feel free to drop your question. And other than that, we're going to drop some tunes and we're going to ride this thing out. And as always, man, if you want to show some love to the UMF, you can. You know what I mean? You got every right to do so. If you want to show some love, hit us up at $UnimailFam1212. And please leave your TikTok profile name if you do, because we had somebody send a donation of $20, and we don't know who this person is. And I definitely want to show that person some love for sending the donation. But we definitely need people to leave their TikTok profile name when you do a donation, okay? So yeah, hit us up, show us some love if you enjoyed the class. have a good night, man. Y'all enjoy yourself. Pink, have a good night and a great weekend as well. Omni, you too, my love. You have a good night. Everybody get them some good sleep or go have you some